In the meanwhile as well, you can also click on assess your existing website, and what we'll do is we'll assess your, as it says, existing website, and have a look at all the technical components that make up the site, your blog, your header tags, your Google tag managers, your analytics, all of that all gets drawn down into a score out of 100, and we also give you some pointers on the individual aspects where you can improve on your existing site. Sometimes it is necessary, obviously, to migrate to a better platform, one that does cater for all of those fields by default. So it really is worth doing that if you are an existing or have an existing website, sorry. All right, so 9:30, let's get started. Welcome to the Sage Online Tools Dealer Seminar. Let's just cover briefly the points that we'll be going over. The first is a brief product overview. Now, I'll just skip through our products, going over some of the more important areas that yourself and your customers are going to be interested in. And then we'll look at the commission structure, the remuneration, and also the reseller marketing strategy. Now, I don't want to go too much into that right now, as we'll be going into that in a bit more detail. It's basically how are you actually going to take this product and run with it, add it to your existing product stable, and make some what we consider quite easy money off your existing client base. So the first thing we need to do is log into our account. Now I've got my Sage Online Tools account here, and this is the platform that we actually use to build our own website. So just to illustrate how easy it is, on the My Info tab, you'll then go and add all your company information, your company logo, your geolocation, so clients can find you on Google Maps. We've also got your different branches as well as your contact details over here. So it really is a very basic page. Once you save that, everything gets carried through to your Contact Us page. The My Site tab, this is where all the website building processes happen. As you can see on the right-hand side over here, we've got lots of very informative YouTube tutorials. Well, YouTube, it opens up in our browser, so we don't have to go anywhere to access any of the materials. So all the resources are nicely on hand. So to actually build a website, incredibly easy. You drag your different column structures into place, and you can use existing content and drag them into place, or you can click on the content article to create new content. So your content name, main images, you can have opening paragraphs and click through, read more content over here. Embed YouTube videos, galleries, etc. That's all very, very simple. So it's a very straightforward website builder designed specifically for the South African market, which isn't very tech savvy, or the majority isn't very tech savvy, unfortunately, or fortunately for us, because we've managed to make a product that fits right in. So your menus on the left-hand side over here, you can drag to reorder. So everything is drag, drop, intuitive, and you can also change your color themes and menu styles over here by simply clicking on the following templates, or you can choose your own unique color scheme over here. All right, so the blog, we've got a blog that's obviously to increase your search engine optimization. A blog's used to create relevant content so that Google will be associating your site with lots of good keyword-rich content, and it's also got the right tags to rank better in Google. You can create authors, have your social media sharing options. You can have your Google Plus, your Facebook share to all of those, and your RSS feeds as well. In terms of tools, we are compliant with all the latest technical aspects. We've got Google Analytics, so you can see exactly what traffic is coming to your website, which pages they're browsing. We've got webmaster tools as well. Got all your social media, your Facebook, Twitter, etc., LinkedIn. And then finally, last but not least, second last but not least, we've got the campaign tool. Now, this is something that a lot of your clients are definitely going to be interested in. What it does is it allows them to send out SMS and also email bulk mailers to their client base with very, very little effort. So all you have to do is create a new campaign. You can see we've created a few. So you create a new campaign, give it a name, and once that's done, you can then go and populate the content. So we can edit the content. This is, for example, the mailer that we sent out at about 9 o'clock today, reminding you of the webinar. If you click in here, we can see all the content that we created. So it really is straightforward to set up a campaign and also send it out. So once you've done that, you upload your client list, purchase some credits. The credits are 3 cents per email, so 100 Rand is already going to get you quite a large number of emails, and then you choose to send either via email or SMS. So it really is straightforward, and what your clients will be using this for is to market their business. So, for example, new product specials. Maybe they've got a seasonal industry. For example, there are tax involved or payroll involved. Then once they send out the campaigns, they can also go to the stats tab and see exactly which clients have displayed interest in their campaign. Open it, click more, etc. So we can get a graphical chart here, and that will tell us all we need to about the campaign. We can then focus in on, like I said, the specific clients that have displayed interest. Let's just wait for that to load quickly and fetch all the details. Alright, so we can see how many were sent, delivered, how many opened, and also the clicked heat maps. Which links did they click on specifically? So in this case, it was the register for the webinar link. So that really is telling us which are the interested potential parties. Okay, so the last major component of Sage Online Tools is obviously our e-commerce facility. Now, the e-commerce facility is quite unique in that it integrates with your Pastel accounting product. Now, we currently integrate with Sage 1 Accounting, Pastel Partner version 14, Pastel Express version 14, as well as Evolution version 6.8 and up all the way to version 7. The latest one. I'm not sure what the latest one is exactly. So why would your customers be interested in an e-commerce store that integrates with your accounting package? Well, traditionally, running an e-store can be quite a lot of admin with a lot of cross-writing information and cross-copying, and it really does become a nightmare because I'm getting an email from my web store, and then I have to go and cross-type that all into my accounting package, create the customer, then create the invoice, and then send it out back to the customer. It becomes a nightmare. So what we do is we integrate with the accounting package by looking at all the products that are there, the product prices, and the product stock levels. So your web store is always in sync with what's really going on in your business in a day-to-day environment. So it really is very effective. Every time an order is placed, it gets pushed through into your accounting package, and you just have to check for payment as the store vendor, and you can then action that into an invoice straight away. So it really is quite effective. So that's our product in a brief overview. We've also got Sage Pay as a credit card gateway for the store vendors, which does make it a lot more user-friendly for the end users to purchase products via credit card. So I do recommend having a look at that. All right, so that's the brief product overview. I just want to re-emphasize the fact that you can ask questions at any point throughout this seminar. So there should be a little text box where you can submit questions, and at the end of each little segment that we'll be covering, you can put your questions in there, and I will be happy to either answer it during the course of the segment or at the end of the webinar, or if you'd like to chat to us in more detail, you're obviously welcome to give us a call, and one of our customer assistants will assist you with that. Okay, so that's the brief product overview. We've got a website builder, which is very Google and SEO compliant. We've got, it's also mobile friendly. We've got a blog, we've got campaigns where you can send out SMS, email campaigns, and you can also sell products online, taking credit card payments with the convenience of it integrating with your accounting package. So there really isn't many facets that this product doesn't cover effectively. All right, so now the question is, what's in it for you as a dealer? Well, what I want to do quickly is go to the dealer zone over here. That's on our website, which is currently available. If you haven't registered as a dealer previously, I do recommend you do so. You can click on it here and register as a dealer, and we'll then send you a unique referral link. Now, how does that work exactly? Well, a unique referral link sets a cookie in the browser of whoever clicks that link. And when they register a site with us, we can see exactly where they came from and which dealer they came from. So you don't ever have to worry out that you're missing out on potential commission or referral commission from the clients that register. Right, so commission structure, how does that work? Well, in line with all the other pastel products, or most of them, we give a 20% commission structure. Now, 20% of what? I'm hearing you asking. Well, it's 20% of when we set up a website for a customer. Typically, they'll choose a standard package. So let's go have a look at the packages quickly. Let's go to the pricing page. Your typical customer would select a standard package, which if we scroll down a bit further over here, you'll see that it's about 5,000 Rand rounded up. So that means it's about 990 Rand for you in commission. That's 20% of 4,950. Okay. We've obviously got the premium package, which is 9,850, and also the standard, the basic, the essential package, which is 3,000 Rand. So that's already easy money for you simply by referring the customers to us. They can also add online shopping. So this is if we have to merchandise the products for the customers, then that also pushes up the bill even further, and you will then earn even more income from that. Then we've got the hosting of the website and e-store. You will also get a 20% rebate from that hosting cost. That's hosting for the website and then also hosting for the e-store with the select number of products, which obviously the higher the number of products, the higher the price of the hosting of the e-store goes. So that's the basic commission structure. I'm starting to say remuneration this morning. That's the basic commission structure as it stands. With our old pricing structure, we only had a 2,500 Rand package, which didn't make it very attractive to resellers. But now, with the new pricing structure, if I'm selling a 5,000 Rand site or even a 9,850 Rand site, that's already, for example, 1,000 Rand and 2,000 Rand just by referring the customer, okay? So you're thinking, well, I don't really understand this industry, so how am I going to sell it to my customers? We've already thought of that for you, and I'm glad to say, with the new dealer zone, what we've done is we've given you some reseller tools over here. So our stats show us that about 80% of your customers at this point in time don't have an effective website. They might have something that their friend's son put together or someone's kid put together. It's not professional. It's not going to cut it in the modern day business environment. So it really is worthwhile recommending Sage Online Tools to all of your customers. All right, so let's have a look at the reseller tools quickly. If you're unsure of whether your customer can actually make use of our product, click on the Qualify Your Customer button, and that will take them to a form over here. Okay, it's a very basic form. It will, if you were sitting with your customer, it will probably take you about 2 minutes to work through it with them. So we'll ask the client questions like, do you have an existing website? Yes, no. If yes, enter the website here and we'll do an SEO report for the client to see if they do need a new website or not, or an e-store for that matter. Are you doing any of the following: marketing, online, brochure, or other media? How often use Google to search for products or information? Every day, every now and again, or never. So there are quite a few basic questions that we do ask the customer over here. I'm sure you'll go through this at your own leisure, but it really is a great tool to qualify the customer. Right, so once they've submitted this form, where to from here? Well, we've got the client's name, the contact number, the email address, and any outstanding questions they may have about our product. And then once submitted over here, we will call the client on your behalf. So you don't even have to try and close the deal. We'll make sure that once they're registered with your dealer link, one of our sales guys will call them, offer them the relevant package. Obviously, we'll try and upsell them because what's good for you is good for us, and we'll then close the deal on your behalf. This also enables us to verbally communicate with the customer to see if there are any outstanding questions which might get in their way of getting a new package with us, a website or an e-store package. So this is the qualify your customer form. We've also got a dealer client workthrough. Now, what is this? Well, it's basically a PDF which has got some basic Q&As that your customer could possibly ask, or even their potential answers. So, do you have an existing website? If yes, then go here and request an SEO report from us. It's vital that your business is Google friendly in order to rank well on search results. You'll be able to gauge if you need to update your website or not. Let's have a look over here. No, almost everyone nowadays searching online for products and services. You've got to get something online that looks professional as well as effective in order to get new business leads. So there's about 5 or 6 questions with their potential answers and responses over here. You can even sit down and work through this as well with your clients. It's very user friendly. So let's get back to the dealer zone. All right, so one more thing over here. Okay, so that's how we're going to qualify our customers. Obviously, if you've logged in and you've played around with Sage Online Tools, you'll be very familiar with how easy it is to use and also the different components. So if you haven't done so, I do recommend you register an account with us and play around. Alternatively, you can use the qualify your customer mechanism over here, and we'll assist you in closing the deal with your customer and making sure that they're registered under your dealer account. The request dealer mailer, that's the next aspect of how we'll be assisting you in marketing Sage Online Tools to your customer base. Now, as I said before, there's probably about 80% of your customer base don't have any website, or if they do, it's not effective enough to make an impact in their business. So what we'll do here is, if you request a dealer mailer, all you have to do is enter your contact name, company name, contact number, date of first campaign, and comments, and we'll send out a series of 3 mailers on your behalf. So we will use your branding, a link back to your existing website, and your dealer link in the campaigns so that you can generate business and awareness of Sage Online Tools within your customer base, right? So what would one of these campaigns look like? Well, let's go have a look at our campaign tool quickly. Let's wait for that to load. There we go. Let's preview this email. So So it'll be something like this. We will potentially add more graphics over here. Let's just see if there's any other campaigns as well. Let's look. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail into that, but pretty much we'll create something that looks professional with obviously the Sage marketing standards. Within the brand guidelines, so it looks professional, and it's got all your dealer links embedded in there. And we'll send it out to your customer base, and we'll pick up the tab on that as well. So we will pay for the campaign credits, which, as I said, isn't much, but if you've got a few hundred customers, it'll probably cost us about 10 to 15 Rand, which we're more than prepared to help you with. All right, so from here, let's go back to the dealer zone. Okay, so once you've registered as a dealer, you'll get your unique link. You can qualify your customers by using our mechanism and also use the documents to have a little Q&A session with them. And then we can also send out some mailing marketing material to your customer base in order to promote it from the word go. So when you do go and speak to your customers, they're already familiar with what Sage Online Tools is, and it makes your job of closing the customer just that much easier. Just this is a bit off topic, but we had one dealer, he sold a package 3 with e-commerce bulk upload. That is, have a look at the pricing page here. So it's a premium package, that's 9,850 plus the bulk upload, which is 7,500 Rand. And that took him all of 10 minutes to close the deal with the customer. Customer said yes, and he made himself 3,400 Rand in commission without having to do actually any work. the customer just said, yep, I want it. And yeah, that was that. So it's 3,400 Rand for really not doing that much work. And like I said, the standard package as well is the most selected package with our customers, as it offers the most value. All right, so how does Sage Online Tools fit into your existing product offering? Well, most of our dealers are pastel resellers and accountants, so they tend to do a lot of on-site visits with their customers. Now, this makes it very easy to sell our product because you're already in the position of a trusted advisor. You advise the client on a daily basis or even monthly basis with very important information. Now, when you make a recommendation to use Sage Online Tools for their marketing, web, e-commerce, shop needs, they're really going to pay attention. And you know, with us being part of the Sage brand, it really does make an easy choice for the customer, as they're already using our accounting software more than likely. Even if they're not, they're still welcome to use our product. We're an open product, so to speak. So yeah, so if you're going and visiting customers, you can recommend this. Even if you're not, you can still go and qualify your customer over here, or even point them to this page to fill out that form, and then we'll give them a call back and assist you in closing the deal. And obviously we'll let you know as soon as anything is concluded. If you haven't done so before, you can also track all your customers by logging into your dealer zone. Now, in the menu, you'll click login, enter in your details, and then I've got a few more because I'm a regular user, and you will have a dealer back office option. So if you select this and you say okay, you'll be taken to the dealer back office, where you can see a list of all the accounts that have been linked to your dealer ID. You can see exactly how much they've paid, how much commission is due to you, and that makes it a really great way of tracking all your client referrals. Now, if for some reason you find that one of your customers did not use your dealer link when clicking through to Sage Online Tools, you can just let us know by email or give us a call, and we'll manually assign that customer to you so that you can have them in your list of referred clients. All right, so a little bit more about the product. We've got a website builder, which obviously builds websites that are Google SEO compliant and mobile friendly. And we've also got the e-commerce plugin. Now, we can cater for e-commerce stores that do not have our website as a backing. So if your customer does have an existing website and they are not prepared to upgrade to a Sage Online Tools site, then we can add the e-commerce plugin onto that website. Now, what that means is when the end user places an order on the store, the order still does flow through back into the accounting package. Less admin, less hassle, more data accuracy. You can also track all the conversions. So it really is a simple solution. So they can either take a website or they can take an e-store. Do bear in mind, if they do take an e-store only, sometimes we do have to quote to do the work to make sure that the e-store looks similar to their existing website. So there is a nice transition for the end user or the purchasing customer. All right, guys, do we have any questions so far, or is everything clear? I would hope so. I know I've jumped around a bit here, but it's hard to focus on one aspect when the product's just that good. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's obviously important that we've given you the right information so that you can go and resell this product with confidence to your customer base. So just to recap, a large number of your customers more than likely don't have websites or e-stores. If they do a website, they can still take an e-store with us. Once you've registered as a dealer, you'll get your unique referral link. You can then qualify your customer while you're sitting with them or even remotely. So you know of a customer that is interested. Get them to fill out these details over here, and we'll call the customer back on your behalf with one of our qualified sales agents, and they will ensure that the customer has all the information they need in order to make an informed choice. So it really does make it quite easy to sign up your customers from your customer base. Commission structure, that's 20%. So if you want to refer customers to us, then we will build the sites for them with a 20% rebate back to yourself. It's also for the hosting fees as well. So for example, the e-store's got a hosting fee of 1,000 Rand a month if you have over 2,000 products, and that's an easy 200 Rand a month in your pocket for recurring revenue. So it really does make it quite an attractive offer of upfront commission as well as a long-term recurring revenue strategy. Okay, I've got a question from Peter over here. Can we place these buttons for qualification and questions on our sites? You are most certainly welcome to do so. What I would recommend is you take your dealer link, which will be something like this. Let me just get it from my email quickly. Oops, I closed my email. Anyway, so your dealer link will be something like Sage Online Tools .co.za $DID equals 1938 or something like that. So you'll see your dealer link at the end. So what you can do is take that dealer link, place it on your existing website, and point it towards this form over here. If you need help with that, just give us a shout and we can help you. And also graphics, you can also place a graphic on your website that points to the qualifying your customer zone, which is pretty straightforward. You're also welcome to download this dealer client workthrough and host it on your website as well. I mean, look, ideally you'd work through it with your customer, but if you aren't sitting with your customer, as I said before, you can also use this qualify your customer form, which gives us enough information to accurately gauge where they're at in terms of marketing their business on the web. Peter, I hope that answers your question thoroughly enough. Great, awesome. Okay, so any other questions, guys? We've got a little bit of time left to cover. We can possibly go into more aspects of the product, or if you'd like to know even a bit more about how Sage Online Tools can be marketed to your client base, then I'd be happy to cover anything surrounding that with you right now. So you'll see here these questions, for example, is your current website mobile optimized? Yes, no, not sure. Most people aren't even sure if they do have mobile websites or mobile friendly websites. And all of these questions are specifically aimed at, getting the customer to think about what their business is actually doing. Have they thought about a website? Do they know what mobile websites are? Are you selling online yet or have an e-store? Yes, I would like to, but not sure how to. No. Have you ever sent out email or SMS marketing to your client? Yes, regularly, occasionally, or not at all. So your customers should actually be answering yes to all of these because they're all relevant to the way they portray themselves online professionally, the way they retain their existing customer base and also increase their customer base, and making sure that they're, more importantly, being able to be found in Google when people search for their product or services. Okay, I've got another question from Peter here. Do you do the research to assist the clients to ensure that they are going to be effective? And if so, how do you relate this to clients? Okay, so what we do is we can build up a profile on the customer. For example, are you selling yet or do you have an e-store? If they say no, well, then we'll have to liaise with the customer and say, look, are you selling a product that could be used in an e-store environment? Some customers might say yes, others might say no. For example, if I'm selling a custom engineering services, that's not really suited to an e-store environment. So we'll have to liaise with the client on certain aspects and then build a profile to then qualify the customer. If they do have an existing website, you've probably seen this before on our site over here. You can assess your existing website and we'll send out an SEO report to you. And for example, let me just go look at this quickly. For example, we use the software called WooRank to go and assess the customers, and you'll see here they get a score out of 100. We can then scroll down and see exactly which aspects need to be worked on. So they got their title tags, their meta descriptions, their Google preview, all the right heading tags. Are they in place? Yes or no? We can check out the keyword consistency. So in their industry, what are their key keywords that clients are going to be searching for in Google? Are they being used regularly enough throughout the website? And these are all aspects that we take into consideration when we do actually build the website for the customer. Make sure all the images have got tags. Make sure there's the Google Plus pages, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Your broken links. There's a lot of stuff here that's to the layman would seem a bit daunting, but fortunately Sage Online Tools does actually take care of pretty much about 90% of all of these key SEO factors. And if your client does have a website, well, then we can review it over here and make a recommendation based on that. If they don't, well, then they really need to get a website because everyone's searching in Google for their products and services. So you either fit into the, yes, I've got a website, great, we'll review it for you. No, if you don't have a website, well, you've just got to get one. It's as simple as that. There's no excuse in today's day and age when all the younger generation specifically are searching for your products and services in Google. And They also trust Google because Google makes great recommendations. So if your website isn't ranked highly in Google, there must be a reason why it's not ranked highly. Okay, Peter, what is the general turnaround time for a website to be completed? We've got a turnaround time. This is dependent on which package they've selected. So we've got the essential package, which is a 3,000 Rand option. That usually takes between 1 and 3 days once we've received the content from the customer, or we've made an arrangement to get the content or source it ourselves. The standard package is 5 days from receiving all the content, and the premium package, that's the 9,850 Rand one, that's between 7 and 10 working days. That's because we have to really go in depth, go do a full Google analysis of what clients are searching for on the internet, and then implement all those specific key points into the website. So we'll look at the keyword consistency, we'll look at the image tags, we'll look at the Google preview, we'll look at all of those different aspects. Your title tag, making sure your title tag has your keyword in there, your meta description, your page descriptions, etc. So just to summarize, the essential package, the lowest tier one, that's about 3 working days. The standard package, that's 5 working days, and then we've got the premium package, which is about 10 working days. And the reason why we do have such a quick turnaround time is because we're using a software that is very user-friendly. So typically, even though our software is very user-friendly, what trips up most customers is the simple fact that they don't know what content should go where, and they're not sure how it should look, and they're not sure, of all these different SEO tags and all these details that actually take quite a while to pick up on if you're not familiar with the web environment. So I would say within all confidence, if you do recommend a client to us, chances are that they are going to get great service and also a quick turnaround time as well. I just want to elaborate on the e-store pricing quickly. I did skim over that quite briefly, but let's just go to review the pricing page a bit more in detail. So the essential, standard, and premium packages, this is a basic overview as to what's included. The e-store pricing, now this is number of products that we merchandise. So if we merchandise 20 products, now if you're not familiar with the term, merchandising means creating the category for the product, assigning the product to the category, adding all the pictures, the product descriptions, etc. That's the number of products we merchandise. And if your customer has over 350 products, then we can actually do a bulk upload, which means that we'll provide a spreadsheet for the customer to place all the products in there, and then we'll upload that for them in one shot. So we do cater for large number of products. Typically, we don't go over 14,000 products, but I can't imagine most of your customers will be even near that threshold. So yeah, but if your customer is near there, then obviously consult with us first, and we'll have a look at what industry they're in, and yeah, we'll give them a recommendation based on that. Okay, what is the cost for maintaining the website on a continual basis by Sage Online Tools? Well, Peter, I think you're referring to a retainer of sorts. Am I correct? Great. Okay, so we've got a retainer for 3 different levels. So your basic retainer. The pricing, I'm not too familiar with the pricing, but the basic retainer will probably be around 300 to 400 Rand a month, and that includes 2.5 hours of work on these sites. So that could be changing your graphic banners, changing your call to actions, or even looking at your Google Analytics and making recommendations based on traffic flow on your website. Are they getting the right information at the right stages? So we'll take care of all of that. Your intermediate retainer will probably be around, I think, 700 Rand a month. And for that, we also include campaign sends. So we'll design professional looking campaigns for you, send it out to your client base. And that's also got your Google Analytics review. If you've got Google AdWords, we'll also help you maintain your Google AdWords account. We do also assist in setting up your Google AdWords from the word go, so you can rank very well in Google for your select keywords. We've also got a premium retainer package that's about 1,000 Rand a month, and that includes 5 campaign sends, banner changes, Google Analytics. So it includes all of that, but just with more time allocated to optimizing the site on an ongoing basis. That might include even creating new pages or graphics design work on the existing site, which I highly recommend, because if your content is static, then your website will it will falter in Google rankings, because Google likes regular updates. This also the premium retainer package does also include blog keyword recommendations. So we'll have a look at what customers are searching for in Google related to your industry, and we'll give you suggestions on topics to write on your blog and which specific keywords to use, so that you can create a larger profile. Or you can almost think of it as an archery. An archer shooting at a target. If you've got very little relevant content and keywords, your target's really small for your customers. But the more content you create with relevant keywords, the larger that target gets. So that's essentially what the blog will do with the premium retainer package. Guys, do we have any further questions? We will be rerunning this seminar tomorrow afternoon. So if you only caught half of the seminar, like I said, we'll be hosting it again tomorrow afternoon. And as always, we do also have our website building seminars at 3 to 4 on a Wednesday. So you're also welcome to log in there. We go through stuff like how to build your website, getting started with your e-store, getting started with the website, how to send out effective marketing mailers and campaigns. So we really have created a nice ecosystem for our Sage Online Tools users in order to get them to use the product more, because the more that money they spend with the campaigns, the more money you guys make as dealers. So you get 20% of everything your customer spends with Sage Online Tools. So even if you want to increase your knowledge about our product, I do recommend tuning in to the webinars. You can catch that on our webinar page, which is over here. Let's scroll to the top. More, and you can say register for webinar. And we've got a link of all the different webinars, the up and coming webinars, the topics, and it works in exactly the same way as this webinar that you're attending now. So all the different levels of dealer commission structures. Peter, what I recommend you do is, if you do end up signing up lots of customers, then talk to us. We can see if we can negotiate a better rate. We might even give you, sign up X number of customers and get your next one free. So, i.e., we'll do it for free and you'll get all the commission. If you do have any graphics design skills or are familiar with Sage Online Tools, you can actually also start setting up websites for your customers and making 100% of the upfront setup costs. But that's only really recommended if you do have the resources and the skills to support your customers as well. As it's not recommended if you're got a full-time accounting business and now you're going to be doing websites as well. it's best to focus on what you're good at and let the professionals let the professionals handle that. So yeah, so if you are selling, a large number of websites, you're welcome to negotiate something with us. We're very reasonable. And we obviously want to help you sell more. So if we can incentivize, then please do speak to us. Okay, so just to run through that again quickly, you need to register as a dealer. We've got a 20% commission structure. You can register as a dealer here, refer clients with your Sage Online Tools dealer link, qualify your customers, and then you can also request us to send out mailers, marketing mailers on your behalf to your customer base. So that when you do go and make contact with the intention of upselling Sage Online Tools, then the conversion should be an easy one, as they're already familiar with what our product is, what we offer, and what it can do for their business in terms of marketing it online, etc. All right, guys, so if we don't have any more questions for today, I think we've covered everything, and we've managed to get off 15 minutes early, so you can go and tell your boss that you're going for an extra tea break now or something like that. But as always, we do record these events, so they will be available on our YouTube channel. You can go to just go into YouTube and search for Sage Online Tools, and we've got a recording history of all our webinars for the product, so e-store setup, starting off with your website, etc. I do recommend you go check those out. I do also host those as well, so hopefully you don't get too tired of my voice, as those webinars are typically about 30 minutes to an hour long, but we really do go into a lot of detail so that whoever's attending can get a great idea of how to proceed with the task at hand. Yeah, so you can either get into contact with myself. My name's Niels Fjastad, and that's NILS@sageonlinetools.co.za, or you can contact Fawzia, that's Fawzai, and she will be our dealer channel manager from here onwards. So she'll be in contact with you about the dealer mailers, qualifying your customers, anything you need to get started, we'll help you with it. If you need materials, if you want marketing material, we can also supply you with that. Printouts, digital mailers, we can really do quite a lot to help you here to market Sage Online Tools. I mean, after all, if you make money, we make money, and it's a win-win situation. So yeah, we'd love to have all of you on board. All right.